To add a survey to your landing page, go to Sites and either use this button to create a new landing page or use one of the landing pages you already created in the past. Now, I created a landing page using the survey template, and I'm going to use this for the demo just so you know some of the features that we have in the survey template. So after clicking Edit, you will be welcomed with this block, which is just a content and image block, which has a button here. Now, if we click this block or use this little button here to go into the settings, which are already up here, and go to the bottom, we'll see this button, which is called Take the Survey. Right? Here it is. Now, instead of linking it to an external link or a pop-up or another landing page, we have linked it to an anchor, which is called Survey. And there is only one anchor on this landing page, so that's why we only see this one here. And it's called Survey, of course. So let's just cancel this, and let's go down and look at this. Here it is. Here is that survey block. And if I click it, you can see it's called Survey. So what happens when someone comes to this landing page and decides to take the survey, clicks this button, it will scroll down to this survey. And if we go to the right side here, we can see that we have a survey and a quiz block. Now, the difference between a survey and a quiz is with a survey, you're just gathering information for internal use, whereas with a quiz, at the end of that quiz, the person will see the results of the quiz and see how good or bad he or she was in taking the quiz. Of course, in both cases, you can add a lead generation form, so you can collect the email addresses. Now, in this case, you can see they are grayed out. The reason is you can only add one survey or one quiz to a landing page. If you want more, you need to create more landing pages. And we already have one right over here, so we're not going to be able to create any more. So to edit this little form here, you can click this button or just click the form itself. And in this case, we already have many questions added here. So if someone clicks Let's Start, they will go to the next step, which is satisfaction score. Then we have net promoter score, multiple choice, open questions, multiple image choice, and the outro. And by clicking Add a Question Template, you can add more. And if you click Outro here, you'll get a pop-up or pop-up, yeah, in this case, instead of a pop-down. And you can have a sign-up form right in the end of the survey, or you can have it earlier on here, let's say here, if you want it. And that's pretty much it. You can, of course, change the order by just dragging and dropping these here. And you can delete it by using this little trash can icon. Now let's look at each one of these question types by using this little edit button here. The intro is pretty simple. Just ask the question, put in a description if needed, and the button. The next one is the satisfaction score. Here you can have smiley faces, stars, or hearts. And of course, change the color to your liking here. If you want a specific color, click more colors. And what happens is when someone hovers over these hearts, they will start filling up. And then when they click it, that will be their choice. Now let's click Save Changes. But before, the labels, if we want to add labels, and of course the descriptions if we want one. Save Changes. Now the next one is promoter score. Same. How likely are you to recommend our new products? Not likely or very likely. So these are the descriptions underneath. And you can add a description under the question itself. Then we have multiple choice. Now, if you want multiple answers, instead of these radio boxes, you're going to have some check boxes. They're going to turn a little squarish, and you're going to get another button that will allow the person to change the slide to the next question once they've chosen their answers. Here you can also, of course, add the description, and here are all the answers. And once you start filling up another one, automatically you'll see one more field popping up here. Here you can add the value for the button. And there we go. Now multiple image choice. There are 2 images added. And once you add another image, once you click this button and choose another image, automatically there will be an option to add a 4th one and a 5th one, etc., etc., etc. The sign-up form, pretty simple. Just choose the name of the button, the description, and the title of the form. Create a new group or use one of the groups that you already have. For example, I have a group called Survey 1 and Survey 12. I'm going to go with Survey 1. And save changes. I wasn't saving all the changes because I don't need to worry about that in this demo. But normally, please click that Save Changes button. And then we have an open question. You can have an input, or if you want a larger field like this one, you can just use this text area here. Show input placeholder. Write your story. And they will see that little thing, the little text if needed. I'm going to take this away. And of course, you can change the text of the button like always. And the outro is pretty simple. Add a link at the end if you want someone to say, thank you for your feedback. Here's your gift, for example, and you can send them to that specific gift. And that's pretty much it for the survey questions. Now, the rules allow you to skip questions. So for example, if we were at the intro here, let's go to the intro. And if someone does add a rule, and this is not actually connected with this, the specific question you're seeing here, I just wanted to go to the front of the survey. So for example, if someone is asking, select the question, Workation 2020. Let's see, which question is that? That's the first one. So that's the intro. Workation 2020. If it's answered, you can skip to the question, to the thank you for your feedback, right? So in this case, it doesn't make sense to do this, but in this case, if someone clicks let's start, they're going to go to the end and say it's going to say thank you for your feedback. So that doesn't make any sense. So let's look at another question. Let's like the satisfaction score. How satisfied were you with the last workation, right? So let's go. How satisfied were you with the last workation is answered with a specific answer. So let's say if the person answered very satisfied, right? So this is that last heart. You can skip. Then you can skip to the answer to the last outro saying thank you for your valuable feedback, right? But if that person didn't, so if the person said, for example, get a very unsatisfied score, well then you can skip to another question to another question. And in this question, let's go to, is there something you absolutely want to do? Okay, and I'm going to add that rule. And that was this one. Is there something you absolutely want to do? So instead of this, of course, what we would have is, let's edit this question here. Why not, right? So if someone said, I'm going to save it, click it again. So if someone said that they were not satisfied, they were very unsatisfied, this would skip to that question and they would be able to, input why they didn't like that specific thing. So that's what rules are for. I'm going to now go to the settings, and this is good to know. This adjust block height to screen size. So this is pretty cool. If you want that block with the survey to fill out the whole screen, what you need to do is click adjust block height to screen. Now we're not going to be able to see that right now because everything is white, but here are the usual settings you have, for changing the colors, the text colors and everything. And here is the background. I'm going to change that color to blue, just so you see what's going on here. Okay. And now I'm going to turn off the card, so you only have that question. Of course, the colors are not too good here. I would need to change the colors of the text to make it make sense. There we go. And maybe this black is not too good. I just wanted to show you this height to screen size so you can understand. So now it's on, so you can see it fills the whole screen because that's the size of the screen now, right? Now if I turn it off, it'll be a lot smaller. Now if I change the spacing, if I go down with the spacing, it's even smaller. So this is what your viewers will see. Now if I click this again, adjust height to screen, you'll see what's happening again from top to bottom. So I think that's a pretty good feature if you want someone to really focus on that specific survey, and you turn it on by using this button here. Of course, you can have that little card if you want, and you can show the survey progress if needed. Here you see 1 of 8, and when the person goes to the other questions, they'll start seeing 2 of 8, 3 of 8, etc., etc. Once you're done, you click Save, and that's basically it. That's all the good things about surveys. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Please click subscribe, use the little bell icon. You can also catch us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, use the little subscribe link in the description to sign up to our newsletter. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.